everybody doing? That was not great. Been meaning to make this video for well over a week now. It is Tuesday, August 13th. I just got my loud environment notification on my watch from playing this amp at 2.5. The Blues Junior's kind of hard to manage in a small space like this. Anyway, it's Tuesday night. Just got off work a little bit ago. Last video I shot, I was in France. My plan was to get home Saturday night, August 3rd, and then try to shoot this video on Sunday. I was so tired Sunday, I just couldn't get myself to do anything. It was attributing it to jet lag. I didn't really know what was going on yet. Monday, I tried to work a little bit, wasn't feeling great. By Monday evening, I knew something was wrong. Dug out the old COVID test from the cabinet, and sure enough, I was positive for COVID. So last week was a pretty rough week. I isolated from everybody. Had probably 4 or 5 days worth of running a fever and headache and congestion and just generally feeling like shit. Saturday started feeling a little bit better. Sunday felt bad in the morning, felt better in the afternoon, and then yesterday was Monday. Finally felt human again and tested, and I was negative. Hadn't worked because I'd just gone on that trip to France and then came back and had COVID. Hadn't worked in 3 weeks, so I had to hit the ground running Monday, get some work done. Worked all day today. Didn't get off till about 7 o'clock this evening. Figured I would finally go ahead and try to get this video shot and uploaded. We'll see how fast the internet works, if I can get it uploaded tonight. What I wanted to show everybody was this guitar. I've had this for about 2 years, and I was looking on the Guitar Fetish website. This is an Xaviere PRO510 LDP. I cannot find the 510s on their website now. They've got the 500s. The 500s are the flame maple top, and this is a quilted maple top. And I think that's the only difference between the two guitars, is the type of maple that's on the top. Dug around on the internet, you can still find some of these quilted maple. I just don't think you can find one in this lemon drop color. As far as this guitar goes, I've done some things to it. I don't think those are the original knobs. I think I may have replaced those. I put the pick guard on it, and I know some people hate pick guards on Les Pauls. They take them off as soon as they get them. I personally like them. I think they belong on there. I think that's what they're supposed to look like. So I put it on there. That truss rod cover is not stock. I think it came with just a plain black truss rod cover. This is a metal one. I don't know. I had it. I don't know where I got it, but I kind of liked it, so I stuck it on here. The only thing else I did was I replaced the tuners that were on it with some cheap but good Geiger locking tuners. They were just a direct fit replacement. On a cheap guitar, I always said the one thing you can do to quickly improve a cheap guitar is to put some better tuners on it. And you don't have to go all out and buy Hip Shot or Grover or whatever, but get some tuners that actually has some quality control in the manufacturing, so that the gears actually move smoothly and you can get it in tune. Some of the specifics about this guitar: it is a mahogany body with, as we said, a quilted maple top, and from what I can tell looking in the pickup cavity, it's a pretty thick maple cap. It's not a veneer, that's for damn sure. I think I saw maybe it was Phil McKnight, somebody did a review on one of these Guitar Fetish guitars, and it looked like a good 1/4 to 3/8 of an inch maple top on there. I think the craftsmanship and the quality is super high on this guitar. I'm not sure you can get anything this good for twice the price. Maybe you can, I don't know. I've got that LTD guitar that's pretty nice, and used they go for about $250, $300. This one new, I think, was $269 when I bought it. They're around, I think they're around $280, $290 on the website now. It's got binding on the fretboard. It's got 22 medium jumbo frets, 9-inch radius on the fretboard. The website has them listed at 8 to 8.5 pounds. That may be a newer model weight. This one is 9 pounds, 2.7 ounces. So it's a chunk. It's not a lightweight guitar, but I don't know. I've said this before. 9 pounds doesn't feel heavy for a Les Paul. 9 pounds feels about like what I expect when I pick up a Les Paul style guitar. Guitar is much better than I am. I've said that on many occasions. I think all of my guitars are probably better guitars than I am a guitar player. I can't sound any better on this on this Gibson Les Paul than I can on this Xaviere Les Paul. So I think unless you're a really good guitar player, this is going to do everything you probably need to do. I'm not saying you don't need, I don't think anybody needs a $3,000 guitar. If you want one, then more power to you. Get it. I think everybody ought to have what they want and what they can afford. But you don't need one. I guess the really top players could probably notice a big difference between something like this and something like that Gibson. And it might change what they're able to do, but I kind of don't think so. I think the really good players can sound good and sound like themselves on damn near anything. I'm sure they have a preference. They prefer the nitro finish and the Gibson electronics to the poly finish that's on this, and what are honestly probably substandard electronics. I looked in the cavity. They got the little tiny pots. They work well. There's no scratch. They're smooth. They're not overly stiff. This one actually has push-pull pots on the tone to split these humbuckers. They are the Guitar Fetish. I can't remember what the website said the model of humbucker is. But they've got the quick plugs. You can swap them out if you want to. This is a pretty decent set. The neck is 9.8K DC resistance and 3.59 Henry's inductance. The bridge is 13.9K. So that's pretty hot, and they remind me a lot of that LP Studio that I've got that has the Gibson 490, 498 pickup set in it. Pretty similar readings and honestly kind of similar output. The bridge has 4.5 Henry's inductance. It said it's not light. It's definitely Les Paul heavy. It's got a Tune-o-matic style bridge. I've of course played with the setup on this one, but it's a nice guitar, and I forgot how nice it was till I got it down and started playing around on it a little bit. It's got, of course, a gloss finish on the back of the neck. Some people won't like that. They might want to take some Scotch-Brite pad to it or something. What's the best cheap guitar you own? And I don't know what you qualify as cheap. I'd say under $500 is probably considered an inexpensive guitar for most people. The trick is there's not much available just under $500. It's usually $250 to $300, and then it bumps up to $550 to $700. Seems to be some gaps in the pricing on guitars. I also don't know, man, just the used market is so bad right now. I gave a guitar away yesterday. It was a guitar I had taken in trade on an amplifier probably about 2 years ago. It was a Schecter Hellraiser. It was a great guitar for what it was. It's not my style of guitar. It had the EMG pickups. They were kind of cool because they had nickel covers on them. You don't see many EMGs with the nickel covers. It was a satin black guitar. It was a little beat up. It was this kid's first guitar, and he traded it for an amp I had because his amp had blown up and he was in desperate need of an amplifier. So he traded me that guitar for this amp. And I saw on a video the other day, he's got a band, and they've got a little bit of a YouTube following now. And he was playing this little Jackson, I don't know, it was like a Jackson Dinky or something. It was probably a $200 guitar. Come to find out, he's got a Dimebucker bridge pickup, so the pickup's worth probably about as much as the guitar, and he sounded good. He sounded good playing it. And I thought, man, this kid traded his first guitar. And if you've got any like sentimental or emotional attachment to anything, you're probably going to have one to your first guitar. And I know he's just kind of a struggling musician. And I thought, I haven't played this guitar since I got it from him. I did a fret job on it, put some new strings on it, cleaned it up, hung it in the rack, and it's been sitting there ever since. So I reached out to him, talked to him a little bit. He brought me some merch from his band. It was kind of cool. He didn't want to take it for nothing, so we did a little swapping just so he could feel like he was making a trade. And man, but honestly, just knowing he got that guitar back and that was his first guitar, that meant a lot to me. Hopefully it'll mean something to him. I'm not gonna miss it because, like I said, I hadn't played it. What was your first real guitar? My first guitar, I'll get it out here in the next couple of weeks. That black Strat that I reviewed a couple of weeks ago, that Squier Classic Vibe Strat, was my first store-bought guitar. My first guitar was a Strat kit that I built, and it was absolutely awful. And I have done enough work to it over the years now that it actually plays pretty good and sounds pretty good. It's not worth anything to anybody, but it's worth something to me just because it was my first project guitar, and it was my first actual electric guitar. So, what was your first guitar? Do you still have it? And if you don't have it, what happened, and do you regret getting rid of it? I'd be interested to hear everybody's stories on that. Anyway, I'll try to get some more videos out. Might get a new one out this weekend with something. Apologize for the delay. That was a rough 3 weeks off work. It's bad when you're ready to get back to work. A 2-week vacation is something I don't normally take. I normally just do a week at a time, but we were going somewhere that I wanted to be able to spend an adequate enough time to enjoy it. I just didn't count on a whole nother week off with COVID. Hope everybody's doing okay. Watch out for this shit because it seems to be going around. I think about every other person I talk to this week has either had COVID or knows somebody that has COVID. So we're definitely hitting a summer surge right now. Everybody take care. We'll see you next time.